So let's talk. I know how you're feeling. It seems harder and harder to get the things done that you want to get done. Your to-do lists are piling up, and you feel like a failure. Most days, getting out of bed feels like a monumental task. We've all been there, right? Staying motivated every day can sometimes feel like an uphill battle. But what if I told you that there are ways to turn that around? Imagine it's a Monday morning. The sun is shining. The birds are chirping. But there you are, scrolling through your phone, thinking about everything you should be doing. Sound familiar? It's easy to get caught in the trap of procrastination. You might think, I'll just finish that task later. But then later turns into tomorrow, and tomorrow into next week. So, how do we break that cycle? One thing that really helps is setting small, achievable goals. Picture this. Instead of saying, I need to write a report, try breaking it down to I'll write the introduction today. Focusing on that small piece makes it less daunting. Once you knock out that introduction, you might find yourself feeling accomplished and ready to tackle the next section. It's like building momentum. Have you ever noticed how good it feels to check something off your list? That little rush can be addictive. It's all about stacking those small wins. But what if you're in a rut? Maybe you're facing a tough situation, like a job loss or a personal setback. In those moments, it's crucial to practice self-compassion. I remember a friend of mine who lost his job during the pandemic. At first, he was paralyzed by fear and uncertainty. Nothing seemed to be going in his favor, but instead of wallowing, he decided to take it day by day. He started by updating his resume. Not a monumental task, just a little step. Then he reached out to a few contacts, asking for advice and support. By breaking it down into manageable actions, he slowly built his confidence. And guess what? Within a few months, he found an even better job that aligned more with his passions. It wasn't easy, but that willingness to take small steps made a huge difference. Now, let's chat about mindset. Have you heard of the growth mindset? It's this fantastic concept by psychologist Carol Dweck. Basically, it's about believing that your abilities can improve through effort and learning. When you face challenges, instead of thinking, I can't do this, you shift to, I can learn how to do this. I had a colleague who struggled with public speaking. Just the thought of being in front of a group of people made her stomach turn. But instead of avoiding it, she embraced her fear. She started attending workshops and even joined a local Toastmasters group. Each time she spoke, she felt a little more comfortable. And you know what? Eventually, she became one of the most confident speakers on our team. It wasn't about being perfect. It was about progress. Speaking of progress, let's not forget the power of accountability. Sometimes, sharing your goals with someone else can make all the difference. It's like having a cheerleader in your corner. You might have a friend who's also trying to stay motivated. Why not team up? You can check in with each other, share your wins, and even commiserate over those tougher days. When I started my fitness journey, I enlisted a friend to join me. We set a goal to work out 3 times a week. The accountability was a game changer. On days when I didn't feel like getting off the couch, knowing he was counting on me made it so much easier to get moving. Plus, we had a blast together, which made the workouts enjoyable instead of a chore. And let's talk about the importance of a positive environment. Have you ever noticed how your surroundings can impact your motivation? If you're surrounded by clutter and distractions, it's hard to focus. Creating a dedicated space for work or creativity can do wonders. I once rearranged my home office, adding some inspiring quotes and a vision board. Suddenly, it felt like a space where ideas could flow. I found myself getting more done and enjoying the process. It's like creating an atmosphere that encourages you to thrive. Of course, there will be days when motivation feels elusive. On those days, it can be helpful to practice gratitude. Reflecting on what you're thankful for can shift your perspective. Maybe you keep a gratitude journal, or simply take a moment to acknowledge the good in your life. I remember a particularly challenging week when I felt overwhelmed by work and personal commitments. Instead of letting that negativity spiral, I took a few minutes each day to write down 3 things I was grateful for. It could be something as simple as a delicious cup of coffee, or a supportive friend. Maybe it's your spouse, your health, or your children. Those small reminders of positivity helped ground me and refocus my energy. The one thing you can't fall victim to is fear of failure. It's something that trips so many of us up. The truth is, failure is a part of life. It's like a stepping stone on the path to success. I had a mentor who always said, "Every failure is just feedback." It took me a while to internalize that, but it's so true. When I launched my first business, it didn't go as planned. I was devastated. I thought I'd never be a success. But instead of giving up, I asked for feedback and used it to improve. The next time, I was better prepared and more confident. Embracing failure as a learning opportunity can free you from the shackles of perfectionism. And let's not forget the power of self-care. When you're running on empty, it's tough to stay motivated. Taking care of your physical and mental health is crucial. Whether it's a short walk, practicing mindfulness, or indulging in a hobby you love, carve out time for yourself. I've found that even a few minutes of meditation can help clear my mind and reignite my motivation. It's amazing how just taking a breather can give you the clarity you need to tackle your tasks with renewed energy. In all of this, remember that it's perfectly okay to ask for help. Whether it's a friend, a mentor, or a professional, seeking support can be a vital part of staying motivated. One of my friends was struggling with her mental health and felt overwhelmed by daily tasks. She decided to reach out to a therapist, and it was life-changing. Having that space to talk about her feelings and develop coping strategies helped her regain control over her motivation. Remember, motivation isn't a constant state. It ebbs and flows. but with the right strategies and mindset, you can cultivate it daily. Start small, embrace your journey, and surround yourself with positivity. Celebrate your wins, learn from your setbacks, and don't hesitate to lean on others. You've got this. Let me know in the comments what motivates you. Let's share in the positivity together. And make sure to subscribe to go beyond motivation